Hey guys, it is Allison, and today's a very special episode. Why? Why am I wearing this party hat? It's in celebration of you guys. I finally reached 5,000 subscribers. You guys are awesome, and I just want to dance really quick.
Make your body sway, socialize. Get down. Let your soul lead the way. Just get on down.
But not only am I welcoming my new subscribers, but I'm doing a giveaway. Pretty excited because my first 5,000 subscribers came just as fast as my first 1,000. So thank you guys for supporting me. And honestly, there's people with like way more subscribers than me, like double, triple, that don't get the amount of love that you guys give to me. I appreciate every single one of you guys, and I hope you like the prizes that I have for this giveaway. So let's go right into it. Oh, first, actually, let me show you my hat. It's a freaking iguana wearing a party hat. And there's a frog wearing a party hat too. It's got a beetle here somewhere. Oh, there he is. There he is, I think. The first prize, you will get this vintage 80s Ocean Pacific jacket that is obviously like super vibrant and just bright, and just you will not go unnoticed wearing this jacket. It is freaking awesome. Even the pockets have zippers. This thing is a beauty. And as you know, I always try to make it so that the prizes are good enough for either a boy or a girl, so it's like a pretty big size. And the next part of the prize, which is all going to one person, is this Batman binder that is like pretty much brand new. It's from 1995, but it is in great condition. The inside is purple for my Batman fiends. Like I still love Batman, but I definitely went through a phase where it was like definitely more intense. It says Batman and Robin, and on the side it says Batman Forever. And to go with that, you are going to get the Batman Forever VHS. Because why not? If I'm going to give you the binder, I might as well give you the movie too. And the next part is another VHS, which I hope you guys aren't like sick of VHSs, but I just like finding random movies and stuff. Like I find way better stuff in the VHS sections than I do in the movie sections. You get this Cops compilation of the Too Hot for TV scenes. I actually have this one, and this video is amazing. Cops is like the most entertaining show. I love this show. Definitely one of my favorites. So whoever gets this, you will definitely want to watch this. So how this is going to work is you're going to want to screenshot a picture that I'm going to show you guys here right now, which you can also screenshot it on my Instagram, which is actually where this is going to take place. You're going to repost that picture and tag me in it, not in the caption, actually tag me in it, because I'm going to go through my tagged photos and I'm going to choose one lucky person to win all of this and a couple extra goodies that I will throw in there as well. Also, you have to live in the USA because I'm not only a small YouTuber still, but shipping out of the country is more expensive and involves me having to sign an extra paper, and I just can't do that right now. But that doesn't mean that your time won't come, because it definitely will, and I'm pretty excited to be able to do that soon enough. My next giveaway will probably be at 10,000, which is actually right around the corner, guys. I'm already at 6,000 and I'm just now doing my 5,000 one, which is because last week I just couldn't really do a video for you guys. I was just like super busy. It was a crazy week. Also, you can't post more than twice. If you post it more than 2 times, then it's just not going to count, and that just won't be fair for everybody else. So let's move on to the questions. You guys asked me a million questions, but also a million great questions, and I'm going to answer as many as I possibly can. Oh my god, I have so many apps right now. I have so many craps right now. Question numero uno. How long ago did you start dressing the way you do? Well, it wasn't really like all of a sudden. I kind of just started dressing this way like progressively. It just got more and more outgoing and more colorful. But I guess I would say it kind of started when I started thrifting, which was in, I think it was 11th grade. I started to realize that I can get like really cool vintage clothing for a really cheap price. I mean, I've always been thrifting since I was little, but like there was a gap in my life where I just never went, and once I rediscovered that in high school and got to incorporate that into my fashion, that's when shit started to change. My closet is definitely as cool as it is because of my amazing thrift stores. How do you get your style inspiration? My style inspiration pretty much came from myself because it was through thrifting and just finding these random items that if I like it, I like it and I get it, and then I just build around that. I guess I'll just give you guys a little story. Basically, I started thrifting and I would just always look for vintage clothing. Soon enough, I was always looking for like more colorful clothing, and I started to grow the closet that I have, and I would just always pair my outfits pretty much the way I do now, but I didn't really have like inspiration from anything. However I put it together, it was just like how I felt like putting it together. At some point I realized that I dress a lot like the 80s. Like, I didn't like initially be like, oh, I'm gonna dress 90s and 80s. I just liked vintage clothing, and the way I put it together just was more resembling the 80s era than anything else. After I realized that I do dress like them, now is when I'll like look at pictures from that time and be like, oh, that was a really cool way that they put that together, so maybe I could incorporate that into an outfit of my own. But I would say like there is still people that inspire me. I guess Janet Jackson, Madonna, Prince, like they just pretty much took in the 80s fashion style but molded it into their own personality. And although I don't try to dress like them, they inspire me to be different. And that's pretty much where I would say my inspiration comes from. Is there a celebrity or time period that inspires me? I guess the 80s period more than anything else, because they were just so colorful and I love to just use color in every way possible. And besides that, I think Saved by the Bell and like Fresh Prince, they really resemble like how I dress now. It's just really colorful, especially Saved by the Bell. Like, oh my god, every single one of the outfits in that show like is amazing. Like, I mainly watch that show just to look at just how aesthetically pleasing it is. What 80s music do you love? I'm super into 80s music. I think I listen to that more than anything else. But there's so many different artists that I like. I guess some of my favorite would be New Edition, Evelyn Champagne, Madonna. And I really love 80s reggae. Like, that is like a whole section in itself. 80s reggae is to die for. I love it. I'll make you guys like a playlist sometime. I've actually been wanting to do that. Who is your favorite artist? Musically, the Beatles. The Beatles have just always been my favorite since like the 7th grade. I love their music from beginning to end, and they will always have a place in my heart. What are some of your favorite TV shows growing up? When it comes to that, like, I'll just name like a million cartoons. I mean, what cartoons didn't I watch? Billy and Mandy, Cow and Chicken, The Rugrats, Dexter's Laboratory, Powerpuff Girls, literally all of that. I know you guys already know the whole list. More in like middle school, I watched a lot of Flapjack and Chowder. I still go back and watch all of those cartoon shows now too. It's just really cool to have like a cartoon like playing in the background when you're working on anything. And of course, like Ren and Stimpy, All Real Monsters. I actually have the whole series to both of those shows, which is super awesome. My sister gave me all of them. What led you to thrifting and your style now? I just went thrifting one day with my friend, and that was in 11th grade. And then after that, I would always just try and go as often as I could. I'd ask my mom to take me. I'd ask my friends to take me. I'd fucking figure out or walk there. I don't even care. What are your favorite movies? I'm just gonna say Help. The Beatles Help. I love the Beatles so much, and their movie Help and A Hard Day's Night are both awesome. Those are both awesome movies, especially The Beatles Help. If you guys haven't watched that movie, I super recommend it. I have it on Blu-ray because I've watched that movie so many times. Like, I pretty much know all the words. If you like the Beatles and you've never watched that movie, you need to. What got you into Depop? What got me into Depop was that I would always have way too many clothes, so I would either have to donate it or try to find someone to give it to. First started using Vinted. Vinted had shipping labels. Depop at the time didn't. My target of people were more on Depop, so I had to pretty much switch over. But luckily, as of January or February, they started doing shipping labels. It took me a minute before I actually started buying on there too, but there's actually a lot of great things on there if you actually learn how to search. How should a person dress based on their body type when it comes to vintage 80s or 90s clothing? That is very simple. It is all on you. Like, there's no way of going to a thrift store and finding things that are going to be a specific size. All the things I have are completely different proportions, and just based on what it is, I just mold it to my body how I see fits me best. There was really no rule book. I mean, if I have an oversized shirt, I'll generally wear it with like tight leggings. If I have like a semi-short shirt, I'll wear it like tucked in. And that's just my personal preference. Just like whatever clothing item you have, just mess around with it. Put it on your body in different ways. See what you personally think looks best on your body. There's no rules to this. It's just whatever you like. Do modern clothes turn you off? What do you think about the 90s remake of clothes that stores are bringing back? I think that's really cool that they're bringing that stuff back. Personally, I don't buy modern clothes just because I can get something super similar at the thrift store. It might take me like a year to find it, but I generally can. And the quality of things back then for clothes were way better than they are now. They sell things a lot more expensive now for cheaper quality. What do your parents or friends think about your style? Well, I guess now everybody accepts it and everybody's like chill with it. My mom is always commenting on my outfits and saying like, oh, you look really cute, I used to have something like that. My dad, I don't really know what he thinks. But as a friends, through the years, which I only have one friend actually, like one physical friend that's not my boyfriend or my family, she used to like always just dog me on what I'm wearing. Like she would always like be like, what the fuck are you wearing? Like you look like a grandma, like you look like she would always give me like super negative feedback about everything that I was doing when it came to like my style. You know, it really sucked that she had to be that way, but I'm glad that I never let that affect me, because at that time, although when she was saying these things, like, yeah, I look back and I'm like, yo, those outfits were whack as shit. It doesn't really matter because that was a growing Allison, and if it wasn't for me dressing that way, I wouldn't have molded into the person I am now and the style that I have now. You know, you're always gonna encounter negative feedback for everything that you do, for everything that you create, but if there's anything that I could really get across to you guys, it's to just be yourself and to literally not care about what anybody thinks. Be confident in what you like. Be confident in your own opinions. People are always like settling to hear other people's opinions of things just because they can't make it up in their own mind. Everybody's always so worried about being liked or fitting in, and fitting in is probably the worst thing you could probably do. I even had a friend that'd be like, oh, thrifting is for like poor people. Thrifting is so disgusting, which I'm pretty sure she knew I thrifted, but you just have bitchy friends and like whatever. Like I never let that affect me either. Like I love thrifting, and just because somebody says something, that doesn't mean that you have to listen to them. You don't have to listen to anything anybody says ever. If there's anything that you should live by, is to do anything that you want. Do everything that you want as long as it doesn't harm another person. Like I didn't go from like dressing normal to dressing like how I do now. It took me years to get my comfort level up. But it's just important that you keep stepping out of your comfort zone, because if I didn't do that, then I would not be here. I love the person I've grown to be. Have an open mind to everything. Like what you like, and yeah. So I'm gonna move on now. Would you ever consider being a stylist? Of course. Why would I not want to do that? Being a stylist would be sick. Like that's like my favorite things to do, is just put outfits together. Although I like styling myself, it'd be cool to style someone else too. I especially love putting together outfits and putting together scenery. If you could bring anything back from the 80s or 90s, what would it be? That's actually really easy. Just the energy, the music, the attitude. People were just so experimental at that time, so colorful. The music especially was just so lively and so beautiful. I just wish things were just more colorful in general. Like imagine if like all buildings were different colors, if the sidewalks were different colors. Who wouldn't be happy living in a world where things were just different colors everywhere that you go? Like if you're on a highway and you're passing by all these like company buildings that are yellow, green, pink, like that would just be amazing. What is your favorite pair of cool earrings? That's an easy one, guys. Here are my favorite pair of earrings. And the reason why I like these earrings so much are because they're more unique than any of my other pairs of earrings, because they are interchangeable. The little like pink circles, I can change them to blue or to teal. which comes in handy for different outfits. And I've never seen something like this. They are from the 80s and they're plastic. I love plastic jewelry. Is it hard fitting in at school with your style? Well, I'm actually just in college, but it's actually not hard. I think my confidence shows now when I wear my outfits. I don't dress as crazy. I try to kind of tone it down. Even like, I remember like the second day of last semester, some girls started like waving at me and I was just like, who are you? And she was like, oh, it's okay. I'm like some girl from your class and I just noticed you because of your style. I really like your fashion. I felt like so like awkward because I was like, oh my god, I met this girl and I don't even remember her name. I don't even remember seeing her face before. I feel like people do look at me, but I never like take it negatively. What kind of style did you have before? Well, in like 9th, 10th, and 11th grade, I would pretty much always just wear jeans, Vans, and a t-shirt. And I'd wear Toms. I shopped a lot at Forever 21, PacSun. Not that much Love Culture, but I just was never able to expand and actually truly see how my style could be until I started thrifting. So I hope I answered a lot of you guys' questions and I look forward to seeing you guys' posts on Instagram for this giveaway. Thank you guys so much again for supporting my channel and for always sharing me, commenting, liking. You guys are the best, seriously. I hope I was able to answer your question. If there's something that I didn't cover, then you can drop it down below and I'll try to get to as many as I possibly can. My next video will probably be a thrift haul because I've thrifted so much like in these past like couple weeks and I found like really great stuff, so I'm pretty excited to show you guys. Thank you guys so much. I love all of you and I hope you have a great day and I'll catch you in my next video.